Hey guys, it's Wanda from Crazy Days, and lots of you've seen Danny over on Deepsouth install these EMP shields. I've had a lot of people say, can a woman do it? How hard is it? Do we need a mechanic? All these kind of things. So I purchased one for my car. We are in town lots of times and we want to get home. If we're not in the truck, we're in my car. So we both needed one in the vehicle. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to install an EMP shield. I think anybody can do it. Now Danny's kind of walked me through the process. They also have a piece of paper in there that tells you what everything is. Now, the red wire is positive. The black wire is neutral and the green wire is ground. First, we've got to find out where we're going to mount it. Then we're going to find how we're routing our wires around and where the ground goes. The other two wires, the neutral and the positive, go to the battery. So we're going to be trying to show all that. And I do have a mechanic here on hand. Danny's watching so I don't blow anything up. But first, we're going to mount it. And get this started. And the red piece here just peels off. We'll discard that. Now, I want it sitting where we can see the thing. And Danny and I have decided to mount it right here. That's a neutral place in here. And it is the frame, so it should mount really well there. And he said when I go to stick it, I better make sure that's where I want it. And so we're going to put it right here. We're going to hold it for a few seconds just to make sure we got a good contact. And maybe that's long enough. It should stay there. Now, if it doesn't, we have these little screw hole thingies there on 4 sides. We can bolt it to it, because I know a lot of people are going to ask, is it going to bounce around, is it going to stay? They thought of that. It's pretty good super gluey type stuff. We're going to be routing the wires under here, coming around here toward the battery and toward this right here. This is where we're going to be putting our ground. Now we're going to take this out, make sure we're going to have a good connection. But before we do anything, Danny warned me, this battery cable needs to come off. This is a negative battery cable. Wait, no, this is the wrong one. This one. And you need a socket wrench. And we're going to just loosen this. Now, one way's loosen, one way's tighten.
That's good.
And then we're going to prise this loose a little bit. I want to know that I can get this off. Is that going to work? Yeah, it's kind of loose. There we go. All right, in a minute we're going to be dealing with this, but we want this off so we don't have any sparks. We want it away from that cable. Now, this one is a different size. Don't ask me sizes. We're going to be going, our red wires going here to the positive. This is red, positive. And because this has, where's my end? Because this has such a big hole in it, we're going to be putting it right here on the back. Did I undo it or did I not? Yeah, okay.
It should screw off by hand.
Okay, it's screwing off by hand. So we take it all off. Okay, so that we have, you can see how long these wires are. I don't need all this coming right here, so we've got to figure out how to roll some of it up because we're not cutting it off. I'm going to be zip tying this with the wire that's already there so that it's not in the way. We're going to move it backwards a little. And I'm going to put them right there before I get it tight. Okay. And we'll cut that one off in just a minute. We're going to come around here. Get my zip tie turned right. We're going to zip tie here to this wire. That gets it there. Now, our excess, let me get some of this where we can see what's what. The excess wires we're going to put right in here because we need the black going over here. We're going to need the green one coming right here, and we need the red one coming around here. Now I'm going to add the red one first, and we'll finish zip tying this in a minute. Now the red one has this fuse in it here, and you want that fuse where you can see it. Okay, so the red one's going to go on.
Turn it over, you got it.
It doesn't matter, or it does matter?
It matters.
Okay, it matters which side it's on. How do I know which side then? Okay, so things matter. This has a flat side here and the wire side here. We're going to put the flat side down with the wire up, and I'm going to put it on the back here, and I'm going to work it around, and I'm going to keep these two out of the way. We want it where my lid will shut down, like that. Now I need this goes back in there, and we're going to put it on there and then tighten it down so this part will be finished. Okay, let me see if I can figure out which one.
Long wrench.
Wait, do that?
Make sure it's tight.
That's tight. Okay, now that one we should be through with, right? And we keep the lid down. This wire's out of the way. Now, I'm gonna run. Is this the one I need over here? Okay, this one. We're going to be running the green one, which is a ground wire, over here. Now, one thing when you're wanting to ground something out, you want to make sure there's no paint. You want to see metal, and you want to make sure this is metal. So, then scratching this off, trying to get it down to metal. Now, you may not have to do this on your vehicle, but mine is a 2018 Trax, so I had to do that. All right, so it's very important, again, with wires. Flat side, this has got your wire on top. And we don't want to put my wire where when this closes down, it's up here and it smashes it. You don't want that. So I'm going to run it here, and we're going to ground it out here. And I'm going to tighten this down. But we're going to run it and put it over in here in a minute where it's out of the way. Okay, you want a good connection where it ain't wiggling. Alright, now we're going to be doing the neutral wire. I'm going to put, I hear it popping. Is that normal? You sure? Okay. Should I be touching it?
You have electronics in the car. Whenever you put that back on there, it's going to make a spark.
Okay, so Danny says that's okay. Don't let it freak you out that you hear electricity going
Now,
places.
tighten the nut down on that one first.
This one?
Yes.
Let's see if I can get it on there. Do I need to flip this?
It should be already. Hold.
It's almost there.
Don't over tighten it.
Just tight and snug.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I need to take this.
That one off. Yes.
Does this fit it too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we need to flip. Okay. No, it ain't coming loose.
Don't drop it.
It still ain't quite out of there. So I still got ways to go. Okay, almost. All right, now my black wire, I'm gonna put it underneath this one because we're gonna rearrange these wires in a minute. I'm gonna put it on here and make sure we have a good connection here. And put that one back. Okay. Get it going down good. And then hold these, turn this that way. Whatever you did a while ago, you got to redo now. Right?
You're loosening it.
Oh. It's coming undone.
No, it ain't.
Are you sure? Tighten on my hands faster.
All you gotta do is spin the wrench around and around. Other way.
You didn't tell me that.
Don't over tighten it.
Okay, that's tight. Okay, we have our positive, our neutral, and we have our ground. Now we're going to figure out these right here so they're not in the way of everything else. And we're going to zip tie them together out of the way. I got plenty of wire, so I'm not worried about that, but I want them out of the way of anything mechanical. Okay, we're going to cut this off in just a little bit, but I wanted to make sure I have this where it needs to be. Should I zip tie all of them right here to that? Would that matter?
Yes, probably so.
And one more zip tie just to be safe, to keep all wires out. Okay. And we'll come back and cut those. Okay, so Danny's telling me electrician's secret. Put it right up next to it, right where it's at. Pull as tight as you can, and then twist. Tight and twist. Okay. There we go. 1 out of 3 ain't bad, is it? Alright guys, I am not a mechanic. I'm not used to using all these tools, but yet Danny walked me through it and I did it. So if you're going to be adding one to your car, it's that simple. Just follow the directions that Danny told me, follow what I did, and you can do it too. I want to thank the guys at EMP Shield for the protection here on my car. It's not about riding around, guys, after an EMP. It's more about if you're somewhere and you need to get home and don't want to walk. That's what Danny and I are after. That kind of insurance, I guess you would say. So guys, even a woman can put on an EMP shield on her car with just a little bit of knowledge from somebody that knows what they're doing. Thank you guys from Crazy Days.